Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Today, as coming back with the same course, Project Management and Finance. As we have finished the 4 units, so today I'm going to start with the unit number 5, Wage Administration. So today in this session, we are going to focus on a topic that lies at the intersection of finance and human resource management. That is called as wage administration. Now, why is this important? Think about it. The salary is the reason most of us come to work. But behind those monthly payments is a system that ensures consistency, legality, fairness, and competitiveness. In this session, we will break we will break this concept, break down into the four key parts. One is introduction to wage administration. Second, definition and components of salary. Third, various wage schemes in practice. And the fourth, their advantages and disadvantages. Let's start with the first point, introduction to wage administration. What is the wage administration? So wage administration is not just about calculating the paychecks. It's a comprehensive system that ensures the employees are paid fairly, consistently, and legally. It encompasses the policies behind pay structure, how wages are determined, how they are managed and revised. It's both strategic and an operational function. So strategic because it affects the recruitment, motivation, and retention. Operational because it involves compliance with the payroll laws, tax structures, and benefit programs. So now, what are the objectives of the wage administration? So some primary objectives are mentioned here. The first, to attract and retain talent. So without competitive and fair wage system, companies lose the employees to better paying competitors. Second, second to ensure the internal and external equity. So internal equity means the people doing similar work should be paid similarly. External equity means matching the market standards. Next, next objective third, that is it should motivate performance, means motivate the employees for a higher performance. A good wage policy encourages the people to work efficiently. So lastly, it is nothing but to comply with labor laws and regulations. It ensures the compliance with labor laws, minimum wage, overtime, and other statutory requirements. So, in the aspect of this, the wage administration, can you think of a time when unfair wage demotivate a worker or created conflict in an organization? So, next point is what? Next is nothing but functions of wage administration. So, wage administration also involves the several core functions. The first is conducting the wage surveys to benchmark against your competitors. Okay. It means you have to do the market analysis. Second is nothing but job evaluation, which is the process of ranking the job based on the responsibility, skill level, and the complexity. That is the wage grading. Wage grading. And the next is third, establishing the pay grades and salary ranges. So company or organization has to define through the wage administration have to define the policy formulation for the salaries and communications. And the last is nothing but the periodic review and the revision of wage structure. That is, and very importantly, that is policy communication ensures the employees understand the how and why behind their pay. So organizations also need to regularly revise or review their wage structures, especially in inflationary economies like ours. Next here, next part of this session, that is nothing but definition of salary and the components of salaries. So what is the salary? Salary is more than just the amount you see on your offer letter. It is the total compensation given to an employee for their work. It is usually fixed and paid monthly, but it includes various components. Think of salary as a basket. Inside the basket are your basic pay, allowances, bonuses, and sometimes even benefits like meal coupons or stock options. And salary differs from the wages in that wages are usually hourly or a daily, while salary is monthly and more stable. So let's break down a standard salary. So that has nothing but components of salary. The first component is basic pay. Basic pay is the foundation of the salary. Other components are often calculated as per the percentage of this. Second component is dearness allowance, DA. So this is dearness allowance is provided to protect the employees from the inflation. That is counter inflation you can say. Third, house rent allowance, HRA, which helps those who live in the rented accommodation. Next is bonus uh, or incentives. Bonus may be the statutory or the performance linked. Incentives depends on the additional extra work has done in the organization. And last component is provident fund and gratuity. Provident fund, these are the retirement related benefits. Gratuity also. So gratuity loyalty based on the long term payout. There's nothing but long term payout. So salary packages may also include the perks like traveling allowance, internet reimbursements, and insurance. Understanding each of these helps employees make smarter career decisions. Next, third part of this session, that is nothing but different wage schemes. So wage schemes are the method methods used to structure how employees get paid. These are differ depending on the nature of the job, industry practices, and strategic priorities. We generally classify the wage schemes into the here mentioned. First is time based, second is performance based, and third is incentive based. And in some modern settings, uh, we even see hybrid models like skill based or competency based pay. Let's see these what are the advantages, disadvantages of these all classified wage schemes one by one. Now, first is time based wage scheme. This is the simplest and most traditional form of payment. The employee is paid based on the time worked. It means hourly, daily, weekly, or monthly. So you will see this commonly used in the government jobs, administrative roles, and support functions where the productivity is hard to quantify directly. So what are the advantages of these wage schemes? So these wage schemes are very easy to calculate, so predictable and easy to administer. And you can say this is suitable for the job requiring quality over the speed. It is much stable and predictable income. But it has the disadvantage of there is no link between the efforts and rewards. Hmm? So there is no incentive for higher productivity. Second wage scheme is nothing but performance based wage scheme. This model ties the compensation directly to employer. Think of it as you get what you produce. This scheme of wage, mostly used in the manufacturing, sales, or target-driven roles. Generally, it is coming into the marketing-based organizations or marketing companies, which example includes the piece rate means that much there's this rupees per unit produced as like, or you can say as like it is maybe of commission, like a commission percentage of the sales made. So that is nothing but performance based wage schemes. So what is the advantage over here? It has high motivation in the sense if you are getting the high productivity, so you will get the higher, you can generate the higher revenue. Hmm. So low absenteeism, there is no any record of the absenteeism, and the transparent about the performance linkage. So that is direct linkage between the effort and reward. And disadvantages may encourage the quantity over the quality. So obvious, they have to compromise. There may be the quality will be quality may be compromised for the quantity. Hmm? And the next is can create a pressure and fatigue. So it becomes a stressful work condition for the workers or the employees. So this works based in the environments where the performance is measurable. Now next is the different wage scheme. Under this different wage scheme, one more scheme is the incentive wage scheme. This scheme is a hybrid. It provides fixed basic salary plus variable incentives, and incentives may be linked to the individual performance, team output, or maybe the overall company profits. So you can say it is the incentive wage scheme is nothing but the combination of the basic pay with the extra earning. Hmm. So there may be the incentives in the maybe in the group or maybe in the individual. Hmm. So depends on the profit, overall company profit. Hmm. So you can take any example over here. For example, you can say monthly bonuses for exceeding the sales targets. Huh. Another example is you can take it as year-end profit sharing. Hmm. And one more you can take it the group incentives in the production teams. So these are some examples of the incentive wage scheme. So this model works well for retaining the talent and aligning the employee performance with business goals. Mhm. So let's see the advantages. The first is nothing but the workers or employees gets the motivate due to the additional or you can say extra earning uh, by combining with the basic base. Second advantage is that to aligns individual performance with the company goals. So this is a totally reward based. And the last is you can say disadvantage of the incentive wage scheme. So it is a quite complex to administer. Obvious that it is based on the uh, extra earning based on the additional profits, or you can say or you can say individual performance. So based on the performance, you have to calculate the wages, which are the very complex to calculate it. So that's why complex to the administer, and also it may lead to internal competition or conflict. So obvious that may one of the employee may get the higher incentive, extra earning. Uh, and one may get the less than that. Hmm. So that things may lead to the internal competition or the conflicts. Some other wage approaches also there. You can say the modern wage schemes. So that first is nothing but gain sharing. So it means the employees get a share of cost saving achieved through the productivity and productivity improvements. Hmm. Shared savings from the increased efficiency or increased incentives or wages. Hmm. And second is a skill based pay. So that is employees earn more as they gain new skills. So it is like a reward for acquiring the new skills or the self development. Third is competency based pay. So this is nothing but the payment based on the employee's contribution and capabilities, not just job title. That is nothing but competency based pay. And the last is the team based pay. That is a compensation tied to the group outcomes. So these models promote the innovation, learning, and adaptability, which is essential for the modern businesses. Now coming to the last part of this session, that is nothing but advantages and disadvantages of wage administration. So let's see what are the advantages of the wage administration. I have enlisted a few advantages of wage administration here. The first of all is nothing but it creates the fairness and transparency. Fairness and transparency, or you can say fairness or the and the equitable pay. So that which builds the trust between the management and the employee. Second is that it attracts the skilled workers and helps retain them based on their salary, or you can say wage. And third advantage is nothing but it motivates the performance, especially when linked to the clear goals or the rewards. Third is nothing but it motivates the performance, especially when linked to the clear goals. And the next is what the reduces the labor disputes and the turnover, and it reduces the conflicts and by making wage decisions over here. So these are nothing but the some advantages of the wage administrations. So these advantages enhances the company's brand image, and people talk positively about the companies that pay well and pay fairly. Next, let's see the advantages, disadvantages. But like any system, wage administration has its challenges. The first, you can say, it's complex to design, and especially in larger organization, and it is time consuming as well. Second, needs a constant updating to reflect the market conditions. So may create the dissatisfaction if not well communicated. So that's why it requires the frequent updates based on the market trends. And next, the poor communication can lead to the employee dissatisfaction. We can say, and if not handled the carefully, it can even the demotivate the higher performance if they feel the underpaid compared to the peers. So while it's a powerful tool, it requires the careful planning, fairness, and flexibility. So there are also a risk of the overpaying or the underpaying certain roles. So due to that, the employees may get dissatisfaction from this. So from as well as we will get that as well as the organization will get the lower performance, lower efficient performance. So now let summarize the key point towards the wage administration. The first is the wage administration is essential for organization success, simply because based on the this wage schemes, uh, the people, or you can say instead of people, the employees or the workers are talking about the company if they are paying fairly and transparently. And so this is this is one kind of, you can say, the advantage, it become an advertisement. So it get the company get populated, uh, company get a level which you can say get a brand. So that's why the wage administration is essential for the HR and finance balance. Salary is structured compensation system, hmm, not just a fixed number. So salary is a composed of the multiple structured components, but it is not a just fixed number. So there are different wage schemes as we've seen, and each is suitable for the different roles. So different wage schemes suits different roles and industries. And next, a good wage systems enhance the obvious retention, motivation, and the performance of the employees. And but they also need to fair, updated, and legally compliant. Hmm. So that which the fair and transparent pay structure improve the work efficiency. So these are the some today's content what I covered. So almost I can say the here we have covered the many points from the unit number 5. Thank you.